Hey everyone. While I'm out today, I thought it'd be a good time for us to review graphing a bit, just because we're getting to graphing sine, cosine, that kind of thing. So, all I want you to do is really kind of review how we use lines, how we use parabolas, and that should help guide us next week when we get to full time graphing again. So, when you get into your marble slides challenges, if this is what you choose to do, you'll see that the first few slides are really just examples. And I wanted to break down those examples again, just as a quick reminder. So if you notice here, this line models the one that just disappeared. And remember, this number in front is a slope. And so if I get rid of this for a second, notice how this thing crosses the y-axis at 3 and then goes up 1 over 2 again and again and again. These weird brackets, if I say, oh, what was it before? 1. So if I say 1 is less than x, notice how it cuts off my graph at x equals 1. And then when I launch, it allows these things to drop to my next line. However, if I want to, in this case it doesn't matter, but I can always put a number on the other side, and then I can cut it off on both sides if I want to. So these curly brackets with the less than or equals, or sorry, just less thans in this case, allow me to cut off a line in one or two directions. If I take a look at this one, once again, notice how this one's a negative 1 over 2. That's because this one crosses the y-axis at negative 2 and then goes down 1 over 2. So that's the only difference between these two. Positive makes it go up, negative makes it go down. And once again, this one, it doesn't really matter. But if I wanted to cut it off, sure enough, I could throw it in like this. But notice how it cut on the wrong side. So if I want to fix that, all I have to do is flip around my sign and then it'll cut to the other side. All right. And with that said, the other possibility you have is these are parabolas. So if you remember way back in the day, you'll actually see the example formats on the board anyway. So if you need a reference, but if I take a look at this first equation here, this first parabola, notice how it goes down and it cuts back up. But right here is -4, -6. And so in this equation, I can really think of this as minus -4 and -6. And that's basically the vertex shows up inside my equation. This 1 in front, if I make it a 2, remember, is just going to make it narrower and narrower and narrower. Or if I need it to get wider, I can do a fraction, and that's going to make the thing wider. But 1 was perfect for this one. It's just this obviously would trap the marbles. And so before it was cut off here. So all I'm going to do is cut that off again. I think it was curly brackets, x is less than 0.5. Oh, because it's a negative 0.5. Or nope, -1. So let's see if this works. All right, clearly doesn't work. And so I'm just going to keep going. -1.5, that seems a little bit more promising. And sure enough, that works out for me. All right, so with that said, those are kind of your basic breakdowns. Sometimes you'll need one equation, sometimes you'll need more than one. So each of these is really just an example of a parabola. And then this one down here, this is written in kind of a weird format. So if you don't remember point slope, turns out that I can rewrite this equation in this way. So if I get rid of this for a second, you'll see that this one cuts across the y-axis at 4 and then goes down 3 over 3. And so that's where these are coming from, but we needed it to cut off right around 4.5. And so we did this. But once again, notice this is backwards because it's saying x is less than, so it's going to the left of 4.5. I want to flip this around so that it's facing the proper direction. So with all of that said, there's a series of challenges. So you can use You can do whatever challenge you like. So if you like this one, you can even copy and paste some of the old equations and then edit them from there. But as you go, you'll see that they're pretty basic and then they start to get a lot harder. So you get some cool ones like a maze, get a crazy one like this. So somehow you're going to have to notice how the marbles are coming down with some serious speed. So you're going to find a way to catch them and then shoot them up into this area here. So have some fun with this. And then when I see you again on Tuesday, we'll really get back into the sine and cosine graphing. All right. Have a good day today, and I'll see you next week.